What's up guys, Happy here, and welcome back to another video. Fun surprise, Missiles Update is here, yeah, woo! Yeah, so Missiles Update is here, and instead of just saying it's here, I actually wanted to show off what I've been doing, which is not a lot, because I've been working on the website. But anyways, yeah, so changelog time, let's go now, woo! Alright, so starting off, we have the new false cobblestone doors. They're pretty cool, all coded by me, of course, so... they do have the old Minecraft noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let's just turn that up, shall we? Turn that up all the way up to the max. We have the false stone brick door, which is basically the same as these, but it's stone brick. And of course, the back is spruce, so it doesn't just look like I don't know, a wall, a skinny wall, of course. I just wanted to ruin your building capabilities if you wanted to, I guess, make a bigger wall. So deal with it. And then next up we have the loot vases. Yeah. So what they are just basically loot vases you can find underground and just all over the world. And they do drop some stuff, sometimes some other things, but that's for you to find out. But yeah, let's just break some. Wow, look at that. Some flint. Woo. And some copper. Yeah, so they drop a lot of trash because they are loot vases, of course. But sometimes they drop useful stuff that can help you survive longer underground. So yeah, enjoy that. And then next we have the new items in stone. It's going to be a bunch of items going to be added, but so far for this update I was just going to test it out and see what you guys think. But essentially they're just items you can find in stone underground. Yeah, they're pretty cool. This one's just iron tipped arrows, so you can get like up to 25, which is pretty sick. As well as that you can get the new iron sword, which will be in the later bit of the changelog. Alright, and the next change we have is for the mysterious grass. So yeah, if you guys haven't been paying attention, I guess in the recent update, mysterious grass was added back. And, you know, yeah, I just thought it would be cool to just keep making sure it fits in perfectly with Minecraft. But essentially what you can do now is you can bone mill it, and it will be, I guess, lush while you're doing it. As well as that, you can bone mill it too. And it will spread and make cool sounds. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but, you know, screw it, listen to it yourself. But as well as that, it can also be path too, which comes to this other change as well, which is I added mysterious grass paths, which are, you know, like grass path, but, you know, mysterious and more lush and more dead. But, you know, that's essentially that. So, yeah, you can also get mysterious grass, like the tall version of it, if we can just, you know, wait for it to grow, or I can grab it. As well as these, we also have the Evicti grass, which has been updated to look a lot better in my opinion. It can also be planted on these, and it looks less ugly. As well as that the tall mysterious grass, which I guess is, you know, the tall grass, is now also better looking. Pretty cool. Next thing, we have added obsidian chests. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know, in previous updates we did have obsidian chests. They just look super ugly and super bad, and I didn't like that. So I've decided to make my own. And of course this is Bedrock Edition, so don't expect these to be pretty, of course. But it is functional. It does not open, sorry. This is like old, you know, Minecraft. But essentially, yeah, you can open it. And if you wanted to break it, you just gotta hit twice, and then boom, look at that. Just to show you that it is possible to store stuff in here. Look at that, yep, cool. So great. And if we break that, and boom, look at that. Got all our stuff. Pretty cool. And if you're curious where you can get obsidian chests, you can find them in the newly updated obsidian towers. Pretty sick. Alright, next up we have the red and white present with snowflakes. Yeah. So it's also made into an item this update. It's the only present to currently do that because awkwardly enough, this was meant to be a Christmas update, and it's March. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I gave up on that, but hey, it's still here. So you can find these on winter slimes, which I will be I guess they're called snow slimes. You can find them in, I guess, snowy places, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the present. So the present is actually quite cool now. You can wear it on your head, which looks pretty funny. So you can put it on armor stands, mobs, whatever. As well as that, you can also put it on the ground and open it. And you get stuff. Pretty cool, right? Alright, for this next change, it's a bit hard to show off, but essentially, Constellated ore can now be found underground. Naturally, yeah. After it being in game, well, I guess in the add-on for about 2 years, you can find it naturally and mine it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess it glows, kind of. If you guys want to find it, it has like a 5% chance of spawning every chunk As well as that, it spawns between Y20 and Y10. So go have at it. Also, semi-unrelated, this change was just barely added. But the Happy Gas was not working because of a certain Minecraft update. But it is now, so go gas your enemies, I guess. War crimes. Alright, next up we have is the mobs. Yeah, the mobs are on the change list. So yeah, I was talking about snow slimes earlier. So yeah, I guess I gotta go find the biome. It's gonna be fun. BRB. Okay, so I'm too lazy to actually go where they spawn, but they should like spawn in frozen plains and stuff, I guess, like the snowy plains. But yeah, so let's kind of simulate what it would feel like to find one in the wild. All right, so here's the totally non-manufactured meeting of me and a snow slime. As you can see, he spawned right here, and look at him, look at that big boy, so cool, so snowy and icy and big damage because, you know, snowy, but you know, whatever. Frick. Okay, whatever. I'm not winning this, so it's just next mob. Alright, next up we have the Shadow Abomination. So basically this is an attempt for me to just kind of appease to the masses of just adding, you know, recycled content. You know, you guys wouldn't mind that, right? But yeah, essentially it is a shadow version of the Abomination, which is quite wild. But I mean, he's pretty cool, pretty hard to rename, and he looks like this. How edgy and cool. His eyes are red. He's a black shadow. He's got smoke effect. He does big damage, probably not as much as the Abomination, but pretty cool. Alright, next up we have the Ruined Ghast. Yeah, so the Ruined Ghast is basically just a harder version of the Ghast, like the normal Ghast. It only spawns on hard mode, and it can mess up your cobblestone structures, so I guess be careful. Yeah, if you want to see it in action, here it is. Has a little red along the eyes, and it shoots 3 fireballs, which can, of course, slowly melt your cobblestone fortresses. So I guess watch out for that, bud. Yeah, pretty cool. Sucky aim, but whatever. Also, another general change, I guess, for missiles going on is some items will affect how the player moves and like their speed, which is something I'll be talking about later on in this video. So pay attention. Alright, and the next thing we have is the new updates for the Dungeon Zombie and the Dungeon Skeleton model. In the attempts of making missiles more, I guess, vanilla friendly, and I guess more vanilla in general, they used to have these models of like a sword and a mace, and I thought, hey, that's kind of lame, so let's not do that. So, in this new update, I guess they have their own respective weapons. Right now, the skeletons only have, I guess, an iron mace, which is, I think, still pretty cool. But yeah, the dungeon zombies, which all 3, I guess, tiers of them, now have their respective sword color, I guess, tier. Yeah, pretty cool. Also moving on to the slight and wonderful overhaul of the obsidian structures, I also updated the obsidian skeleton. So if you guys didn't know, the obsidian skeleton used to look like a demon, I guess the old demon skeleton model, which of course isn't vanilla and has been changed. But yeah, I thought that was dumb, so I changed it, and they now look like this. Now you guys may be looking at this and be like, oh, that's a wither skeleton. No, this is cooler. This is not a wither skeleton. This is a blinged out skeleton man who has a cool aesthetic to him. He looks really cool. He does not look like a withered skeleton. Don't say that, please. Don't. And that's all the changes for the mobs. Moving on to the items. All right, next we have the iron sword and the iron mace. So yeah, something cool with this iron variant sword is it does about 10 damage, but only has like 50 durability, so it kind of equals out. But essentially, in new updates, I'm planning on having it count as a dual weapon, or I guess like a, you know, a more skillful weapon, so it will slow you down. So yeah, pretty cool. Moving on, we have the iron mace. You saw it with the dungeon skeletons, but it's I think it's technically an axe because it might have some axe properties, but as well as that, it's pretty cool as well. And I think I might do the same where it's stronger and makes you slower. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Next up, we have the Rotting Heart item. It's pretty cool, dropped by the Abomination, and of course it looks like a rotting heart. Some people tell me this looks like a peach, but don't say that, that hurts my feelings. This is a really good texture, this is a heart. But essentially, when it drops by the Abomination, instead of the Abomination just dropping, I guess, the Abomination plush, and then you taming it from there, as soon as you eat this item, it will summon the Abomination plush, and he'll be immediately tamed. Pretty cool. Alright, change of scenery for this one, just because I thought it'd be nice. But yeah, Obsidian Towers are now different. I'll talk about this later. Actually, no, screw it, let's talk about it now. But yeah, Obsidian Tower is new and updated. I've changed the inside to be, I guess, more annoying. But yeah, it now has an obsidian base instead of netherrack, so it doesn't look as, I guess, weird in the basalt deltas. As well as that, I guess the bottom room now looks a lot like this. Well, I mean, it doesn't look a lot. It is this. It looks like this. But yeah, it's pretty cool. The obsidian keys are still needed for these, which I think are pretty cool. If I try to open these, they are locked. So deal with it. If I unlock them, which it gives like a little unlocking noise, you can now open it. And here is the obsidian bag, which is the next one on our list for the changelog. Yeah, the obsidian bag. So essentially, this is my little workaround for the not being able to add custom loot tables to, I guess, entity inventories. So you got this bag, but I mean, it still works, so it's pretty cool. But what you do is you basically interact with it and it drops items. And for this one, I got a monster drop token. Pretty cool. Do it again. We got the hilt. We got some reinforced bottles, some bags, another hilt for some reason. Give me a blade. Okay, there you go. Now we can make an obsidian blade. How cool is that? But yeah, that is the obsidian bag. It is found in Obsidian Towers. All right, what's a better place to be than a cold, snowy mountain for the next item? So yeah, remember how I said this was supposed to release in, I guess, Christmas time? Yeah, so eggnog. Yeah, that's right. So the next item is eggnog. I'm pretty sure it can be dropped by those presents, which of course can be found randomly on snow slimes. So if you want free presents and eggnog, which is a pretty overpowered, I guess, usable potion, all you have to do is just open presents. But essentially what it does is it gives you random effects, kind of, I guess, random amounts of nausea. But yeah, it gives you guys nausea. I can find the potion effects, but yeah, essentially it gives you speed and strength too, which is, I guess, pretty good for a easy free drink. All right, for this next item we have Strider String. Yeah, so you now have a reason to farm Striders other than using them as lava boats. So if I get my sword out right now, let's just use the best one, maybe the obsidian sword, you know, just keep it in theme. Essentially all you need to do is find yourself a Strider, and if you kill them, you get yourself some Strider String, which is, you know, supposed to be their hair. So I guess it should be called Strider hair, but that's lame. Strider String. And the use for Strider String is to craft the netherite bow, which I've already talked about. So deal with it. Check the wiki when it's updated. All right, for this next one is bone-tipped arrows. So yeah, in order to make bone-tipped arrows a little bit more interesting, I've decided to make them deal random amounts of critical damage. So I'm pretty sure they can do from 4 to 12 crit damage, but they suck like a lot. Okay, not as much as I thought they would, but you know, they're still really bad. So if you want to deal some damage, go get yourself some bone-tipped arrows. All right, simple changes back to back. The ritual mask and the shattered mask can now be worn, which I think is pretty cool. The shattered mask now looks like, of course, it's been shattered. So yeah, simple fix, but I think it was really useful. All right, so this next change is pretty important. If you guys paid attention earlier in the video, I said certain armor pieces will be slowing you down. So of course, I was talking about the Carver armor and the furnace-esque looking helmet. But essentially, when you wear the Carver pieces, they slow you down by quite a bit. You go from speed, oh, what the heck? Okay, whatever. That will be fixed. But essentially, what happens is your guy will now slow down. You see that? A little slow down, slow down, slow down. So yeah, you go from 1 speed to 0.8 speed, which is, I guess that's like 20% of your speed, if I wanted to be mathematically correct. But to compensate for this, I also changed it so the armor pieces do 2 more protection. So the boots went from 4 to 6. The leggings went from 7 to 9. The chest plate goes from 9 to 11, and the Carver helmet goes from 4 to 6 as well. And of course, it slows you down. So I guess it's like a tankier build, so enjoy it while you can. All right, next we're on to the structures, which is the last bit of information for this update. So essentially, before we get to the good stuff, I will be talking about the small little stuff, which is of course randomly generated loot bases that spawn around. So I guess pretty interesting. The Obsidian Tower, as you've seen, has been updated. So if you guys are excited for that, go check it out. And last but not least is the new battle towers. Woo! Oh, shoot, there's no battle tower here. 1 second. Yeah, the new battle towers. Happy April Fool! No, I was kidding. All right, here it is. All right, for the new 1.40 update, I've officially added The Battle Tower, yeah, it's back. And something cool about it is they are always different. There's a few rooms they can cycle through, but essentially every time you spawn in the world, there'll be different sizes and different rooms. So if you guys are wanting to speedrun, you might get lucky and get a really small tower with really good loot. But yeah, let's take a little stroll in there just to check out how it is. All right, this is the spider room. It's pretty neat, spider themed, of course. Let's just skip this so you guys don't have to see it. Wow, wasn't that such a cool room? Alright, next is a room I'm okay with showing off. But yeah, essentially really big rooms with really big cool stuff. So, a ton of loot for a ton of joy. This is the cool epic top of the battle tower. And it has some good loot. We had like the diamond tier stuff. And then I believe over here is the iron tier. No, this is like stone tier. And then over here we have the more stone tier. And what is this one? Oh yeah, more stone tier. Alright. So pretty cool. You can get yourself a diamond bow and some diamond tipped arrows. And get yourself some pretty good loot. And then after you're done fighting the sentry, which is, you know, pretty cool, you can hit yourself the dungeon disabler and it will turn all of this into mineable blocks. And then I guess you can just mine it and live in it if you want. But do take in mind that this, I guess, activating the dungeon disabler will remove all of the, I guess, the spawners. So, you know, I don't want you, I guess, making farms in my battle towers. So, I mean, you can try. You might succeed, but you know, whatever. So yeah, that is the new 1.4 update for missiles. If you're interested, subscribe for more. And yeah, check out the wiki. Currently in progress. Might be done, might not be. The items might be done, whatever. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.